Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Taisho Alice. And we were just falling into, well, a new world. I don't know whose story we're in because it seems to be going in a weird order. Not in the order of when the brothers were created. Maybe the order of the routes as they were released. If this is Gretel's route right now, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So we kind of just saw all of the how Kaguya was created, basically. So anyway, given that humans were highly adaptable creatures, I had picked up on this pattern fairly quickly. This time I landed on my feet. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That is until my legs buckled under me. Where am I? As far as I could tell, nothing much had changed. However, Kaguya? Kaguya! Kaguya! I knew it. He's not here. 1 minute I was holding hands with Kaguya, and now I wasn't. He had vanished, just like Red Riding Hood and Cinderella. I wonder what awaits me in this world. As my heart raced with excitement and fear, someone suddenly called out from behind me. Okay, so we're probably in Gretel's. Okay, so we're going in the order the routes were released. So I played Gretel before Kaguya, so I guess technically I guess it didn't really matter, but they wanted you to play Kaguya before Gretel, so, okay. Spacey? Gretel! I was looking for you. What are you looking for down there on the ground? I wanted to say I'm looking for Alice. Do you have a microscope? But now wasn't really the time for height jokes. Snap! At least short. Instead, I got straight to the point. Say, Gretel, can I ask you a weird question? Are we, by any chance, currently dating? Gretel, however, ignored my question. He helped me to my feet and... Ow! Karate chopped me on the head. Don't be absurd. He shook his head at me in exasperation. Oh, sorry if I... Of course we're dating. We have your family's approval and everything. Is this after we got out of the cage? Knew it! Knew what? Seems like I'm moving... Wow. Seems like I'm moving through each world in order. Now I'm in a world where you're my boyfriend. It says in order. But like... How would she know the order? And also, it's not really... It's the order of the way the routes were released, but it's not really the order in which each brother was... Or, well, each one of the personalities was created, so... Spacey? He frowned at me dubiously. This time I should probably cut to the chase. Chasing Alice, that is. So I'm assuming that all of these are more kind of taking place after the route. You know, because otherwise we would have woken up in a cage and we would have been fucked. And this was more like, yes, we're dating and your family approves. That's after, kind of at the end of Gretel's route, so. Say, Gretel, do you know Alice? Alice? What do you want with that blonde-haired gremlin? I need to find him. I see. Yes, he's so short, I imagine you need a microscope to find him. I mean, he's not that short. Way to steal my joke, Gretel! Do you know where I can find him? I don't. Why on earth are you searching for him? Well, I really need to ask him something. Is that so? Here, give me your hand. He took my hand. Huh? You want to look for Alice, right? Then I'll come with you. If you don't call me sister in this round, I'm gonna get so mad. Sister. It's just so creepy. Thank you. As we walked, I scanned our surroundings. Once again, Gretel looked at me dubiously. I know you're mad, but you can't jam yourself under my throat when I'm trying to talk, because then I keep bonking you with my chin, and I don't want to hurt you. Silly bird. You seem oddly restless. Well, I thought maybe he was tailing me again. You're looking for him, but you think he's following you? Well, if he doesn't want to be found, he might try to hide behind me, you know? It was a reasonable suspicion, especially after last time. That does sound like something he'd try to pull. Gretel nodded, smiling grimly. Come to think of it, I never asked any of these guys how they were connected to Alice. So how do you know Alice? Are you friends with him? No, not particularly. We just know each other. What? One day he was just there. Not like we've spoken much. Bert, it's extremely hard to pet you with my middle finger like this, but okay. But somehow he seems to know me, and well enough to prod at all my emotional bruises. Oh, wow. What, you want me to pet you and then you can bite me? You're so mean. You're so nasty, Bert. So how would you describe him? A sarcastic asshole with an oversized ego and a Napoleon complex. Interesting. Sounds like Alice, all right. What are you smirking about? Huh? I'm smirking? I pressed a hand in my mouth. Yes, and it's infuriating. And it's an infuriatingly nasty smirk at that. Huh, weird. But I didn't have a mirror on me, so I couldn't check. No, Gretel's pissed. Alice is gonna take his sister. Oh, what about me? Do I know Alice? Why else would you be looking for him? Good point, I guess. Beating around the bush was getting me nowhere. Maybe Spacey Orisu and I were two different people after all. But perhaps, like the others, Gretel would be willing to believe me. However... Spacey. Hmm? Gretel suddenly addressed me in a serious voice, so I glanced over. He returned my look with a scowl. I understand you're looking for him, but I should think it's bad manners to talk about another man in front of your boyfriend. Oh, sorry. Whatever. I don't really care. I don't care! Yeah, you do. This world's Spacey Orisu was currently dating Gretel. Surely anyone would get upset if their beloved gushed about some other person. Even her. Gretel faced forward and showed no signs of commenting further. So far, each guy seemed a little different when he was the designated boyfriend, and Gretel was no exception. For the most part, their personalities stayed the same, but maybe it was the change in relationship that made them seem different. Or maybe each character came across differently based on came across differently based on who was that particular world's protagonist. Well, Alice doesn't seem to be around. Yeah, apparently not. We walked up and down the main street, but no sign of Alice. Oh, my head itches, sorry. Based on past experience, I knew that the scope of our search was limited. The mansion, the lake, the cafe. Frankly, I could count all the locations on one hand. Should we go back home? You don't want to keep looking? Nah. All right then. Let's go back home where we belong. It's the cafe! I knew it. This place is a cafe, right? Technically, yes, but... do we work here together? This was a completely serious question on my part, and yet... Ow! Once again, he karate chopped me. Don't hit me, you jerk! Well, I thought maybe you needed it. What am I, an old TV? He was such an ass to me, it was hard to be sure that we were actually dating. Pull yourself together. We're full-time students and this cafe closed down years ago. It closed down? What's your reaction to hearing the cafe closed down? If only we could run it together. This was a bit of a letdown. Aw, it'd be fun if you and I were running it together. I mean, I kind of get, like, it's funny because you're in Alice's route and you're like, but you totally, with every single guy, you're like, yeah, I remember you. We should run this cafe together. But because they're all Alice. So, of course, being nice to the other personalities is like being nice to parts of Alice, so. Because you'd think, we're in Alice's route, we shouldn't be flirty and nice. Yeah, we should run this together, Gretel. I do remember you, Cinderella. Let me feed you, Kaguya. You know what I mean? Like, bird. I think we fed Kaguya. Whatever, I'm looking at the answers and the thing. But it makes sense, like, because you'd be, Alice would be like, the fuck, you're being nice to all these other guys, you whore. Because I'm a nympho slut. But, like, but we're being nice to parts of Alice, you know? So, yeah, like, we're kind of showing him as we go through this. We love all the parts of you. Even the crazy ones that have a sister complex that want to lock me in a cage. Anyway. Aw, it'd be fun if you and I were running it together. I don't think I read that, sorry. Knowing me, I'd probably be in charge of making all the desserts. Yeah, exactly. I nodded eagerly. Then it hit me. How did I know he was a dessert fanatic? And so we entered the cafe. That came out sounding weird. Oh. Ugh. Hey there, welcome home. Inside we found Ryoshi lounging around. Ryoshi! I exclaimed on reflex. His eyes widened slightly. Why are you here? Gretel asked with a sour sneer on his face. No real reason. I was in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd drop by. Just kidding. I wanted to check on you two. Huh. That's what I thought. It's more like, that's what I thought. I don't know, sometimes when I see the H-A, I want to just like, ha! And then it's more like, I always read it wrong. Anyway, how's it going? Things seem pretty peaceful. So peaceful I'm practically falling asleep. Now run along home, please. Spacey, make me some coffee. Or Gretel, I don't care. Don't boss us around in our own house. You want coffee? You're an adult. Make it yourself. Nevertheless, Gretel grabbed the apron off the shelf. What a nice guy. Girl. Good grief. Have a seat, sister. I'll handle it. Yay! Sister. It always sounds so creepy and sinister in my head, and hopefully it comes out that way when I say it, but man. Oh, okay, thanks. And with that, he disappeared into the kitchen. Now it was just me and Ryoshi. He kept staring at me, and frankly, I was feeling pretty awkward. I was curious to learn what his backstory was in this world, but for now I needed to act casual and keep my gaze averted. You're unusually quiet today. Am I? My plan was foiled, and I was forced to endure a long moment of silent eye contact. Wow. Spacey. Yes? Is something wrong? Well, but before I could decide whether to come clean, I had a feeling you'd think so too. Gretel reappeared carrying a tray of coffee and snacks. He looked over at me. Sister, is it really you? What's that supposed to mean, Gretel? She's been acting strangely. She keeps asking me questions she ought to know the answer to. Almost as if she suddenly has amnesia or something. So, no. Exactly! The truth is, I have amnesia. I exclaimed brightly. So, no. Huh? But their reactions were tepid at best. Mr. Hunter, please administer treatment ASAP. It appears she needs some. What? I'm not lying. Really, I can't remember anything. So you say. But you seem to remember me and Gretel just fine. Why is that? That's because I remember the alternate worlds I passed through. See, I've actually met the two of you before this. But in that world, we weren't dating, and... Okay, this is dire. Her condition seems serious. Great, now I get the crazy treatment. So what relationship do we all have to each other? I asked, hoping to change the direction of conversation. My name is Ryoshi Arisu, and I'm your brother. Right. Same as he was in Cinderella's world, then. And Gretel... I'm your brother. Stepbrother, to be precise. Stepbrother? Gretel furrowed his brow. My point is, we're not related by blood, so it's totally okay that we have sex all the time. And it's okay that I'm obsessed with you. I have a sister complex, but it makes it a little less creepy when you're not blood related to me. Although if you were blood related to me, I don't think I'd care. What? That's the underlying. You know that. Come on. Although, if you and I get married, we'll be family regardless. He smirked smugly. I see. Well, that explains that. I smirked back. Huh. Once again, they gave me the frigid air treatment. Sister, could you please explain what's going on here? Okay. Sister. So, as you can see, I don't think I'm the same Spacey Arisu who belongs in this world. It's kind of funny because he just originally kept calling us Spacey. We're like, okay, sister. Oh, so we're not dating. We are. But I'm your sister? Like, she's just like, gonna keep the weirdness to myself here. The two of them listened to my crazy story in perfect silence. After I finished, they exchanged a glance. What do you think, Mr. Hunter? Is she lying? No, she doesn't seem to be. That said, she's probably just delusional. Moving between worlds? That just doesn't happen in real life. Yeah, but we're not in real life. We're in somebody's fucking brain, and we're all figments of his imagination, kinda. From what I can tell, it sounds like schizophrenia. Given his extensive medical knowledge, this world's Ryoshi was no ordinary hunter. Sister. No, that's not right. Gretel shook his head, then pinned me with his gaze. Arisu, you said you came here chasing Alice, yes? Yeah? And then let's go find him right this instant. Huh? You said he probably knows why this is happening to you, right? And then let's leave no stone unturned. With that, he grabbed me by the arm. Now then, dear brother, we're heading out. And dragged me off, smiling from ear to ear. He's going to force us to remember by locking us in a cage and doing inappropriate things to us. Gretel strode briskly forward, dragging me along by the arm. Thanks, Gretel. And no need to thank me. Anyone would have done the same in my shoes. But just then he came to a sudden stop. I don't believe that you've gone crazy. Sure, you've always been a little nutty, but it was all a calculated act. You were doing it on purpose. So I believe that you're telling me the truth. Aw, Gretel. Sure enough, Gretel was no different from the rest of them. Whoever this Spacey Arisu girl was, they all loved and trusted her from the bottom of their hearts. But because they're all parts of Alice/Alistair, so makes sense. Perhaps that's how they managed to detect an imposter so quickly. There he is! Aha! What? I just saw Alice! Sister! Sister. It's just like saying it. Alice, wait! Sister, don't leave me. Sister. It's so disturbing! Oh, I love it. Oh, God. Good boy. Nice echo party. I tried to give chase, but soon lost sight of my quarry. That's strange. Quarry? Whatever. That's strange. Was I just imagining things? Sister! Whoa! The sudden voice behind me nearly made my heart stop. Please don't run off like that. You scared me. I'm sorry. Once he caught his breath, Gretel looked around. In this forest. What about it? Oh, it's nothing. It sure didn't seem like nothing, but I could tell he didn't want me to keep digging. So, did you find Alice? He's like, this forest is where I kidnapped you and took you and did all sorts of inappropriate things to you. Not really, though. He said he could, but he didn't want to. He wanted to humiliate us, break us. But he did not sexually assault us. Good for you, Gretel. Although we could have tried to come on to him and he was like, gross, you're my sister. I want to imagine it, but I don't want to actually do it. He's a weird one, isn't he? Lord knows what actually happened in that cage, is all I'm saying. No. I went along with his subject change. I see. It gets very dark in these parts at night, so it's not safe. Let's get out of here. But Alice is still out there. Right as we turned to go, however, the bushes nearby started rustling. Are you trying to hold my hand? What are you doing? Did you hear that? I did indeed. Together we looked in the direction of the sound. Will you seek help from Gretel? Yes. Gretel! He shielded me behind his back. It's okay. No matter what's in there, I promise I'll protect you. Wizard! Wizard, I missed you! Where have you been, sweetie? I love you. Good grief, what a little handful. Just then, someone dressed in all black rose up from the bushes. Ugh. It's you. As soon as the man laid eyes on me, his pupils contracted like a cat, sizing up its prey. 'Cause he hates us, but he loves us. Then this mysterious and absurdly handsome man walked right up to me. Absurdly handsome is right. Pardon me a moment. He smacked Gretel's hand away and then touched my head. What? Whoa! The next thing I knew, he ruffled my hair. kind of a weird reaction coming from the guy currently petting a total stranger. Stop that at once! What do you think you're doing, you creep? Gretel shoved the man away from me. It would appear you aren't her. I tilted my head in confusion. He's petting my head, wondering if I'm the cat. He's like, yep, nope, not my cat. Oh, my apologies. It seems I've been separated from my companion. The cat. We're the cat. We knew that, right? What does that have to do with you touching my girlfriend? And my sister? My sister girlfriend? Well, you see, she's a dead ringer for the one I'm looking for. Then why were you searching on your hands and knees? She's much bigger than that, and not just in terms of height. What does she look like exactly? Small, black, with pointy ears and hair all over. That sounds nothing like sister at all. That doesn't even sound human. See, I told you we were the cat. Come to think of it, we haven't spoken in a long time, have we, Gretel? The man raised his hand in greeting like he'd only just realized. It seemed the two of them were already acquainted. Gee, thanks for pretending to remember. Let's go, sister. And apparently Gretel wanted nothing to do with him. But of course, I wasn't going to let it slide. Who is this, Gretel? I wasn't going home until he gave me the full story. He's, well, he helped me out with some stuff a while back. The wizard, helping all of the personalities fall in love with me. And making sure I fell in love with them. His eyes darted all over the place as he spoke, suggesting he was deeply uncomfortable. Well, don't you want to talk to him? No, that's okay. I already thanked him for all his help. And now let's get going. He turned on his heel to leave. However, it seems things have worked out really well for you since we last spoke. I'm surprised, given it all started with forced imprisonment. Gretel froze in place. You don't need your candy anymore? Wait, back up. Imprisonment? Now that I wasn't expecting to hear. Looking up at Gretel, I found him staring at the sky. Your confusion just now. By any chance, have you forgotten me, little heroine? Huh? Oh, yeah. Murmuring pensively, he walked back toward me. Then he leaned in until our noses were practically touching. Kiss me, wizard. What? Nothing. I see. Now I understand. I could see a meek, soft girl reflected in his gentle amber eyes. I love him so much. I really do love the wizard. Perhaps my eyes were reflecting something back at him, too. But was it really me he was looking at? Or was it a different me? Nice to meet you, little heroine. I am the wizard. Delighted to make your acquaintance. I'd love to invite you out for a drink. But I doubt he would appreciate that, As the wizard backed out of my personal bubble, Gretel snapped to his senses and directed a furious glare his way. Wow. You're damn right I wouldn't. Aren't you supposed to be looking for someone? I was, but that problem's been resolved. Huh? And unfortunately, I now have a different job to do. Now then, you two, I'll see you around. And with that, he turned on his heel, flourishing his cape gallantly as he went. Wait, please! I hastily gave chase. Tell me, have you seen a blonde guy somewhere around here? You mean Alice? Yes, Alice! You know him? See, I've been chasing him. At this, the wizard's eyes narrowed into little crescents. Aha! So it's you he's running from. I suppose that makes sense. Do you know who I am? But of course, I know every world's version of you. You came here through the looking glass, didn't you? How did you know that? Please, I'm begging you, tell me everything you know. I don't think that's strictly necessary. Now I must ask you, what do you think this world is? Passing through the mirror into a different realm? Sounds like a fairy tale, don't you think? Admit it, little heroine. You've realized the truth of this world. But you don't want to acknowledge it, so you're playing dumb. Because once you acknowledge it, once you internalize it, there's no going back. And that might explain why he keeps running. Because he doesn't want me to learn the truth? Not quite. I think perhaps he's scared. He is? The wizard donned an all-knowing smile. Which dreamed it? You or me? Whoever doesn't wake up will disappear. Now then, I'd better be going. See you around, little heroine. With a soft smile, he turned and left. What on earth was that about? He's always been a total mystery, but now I'm even more confused. Sister? The wizard was right. Deep down, I had realized the truth. This world was a dream, and we were all characters appearing within it. But if this was a dream, then how did that explain my consciousness? Maybe I'm scared too. No sooner had the words left my lips than the bushes started rustling. Not again. Gretel let out an aggravated sigh. A grieved sigh, sorry. I approached the bushes. Wait, sister, it's not safe. No, it's okay. I think it might be the wizard's companion. I reached out, spread the branches, and found... Meow? Get him! I pointed at my quarry and bellowed from the bottom of my lungs. As you wish, sister. At my command, Gretel gleefully sprang into action. I feel like Gretel just likes pouncing on people, so like, whatever. Sister asked me to. I chased after them as fast as I could. Felt like we were playing a game of tag. Who would win, him or me? When would the game finally, mercifully end? When we fall into the lake and go through another mirror? Whoa! Ah! Just then my feet slipped out from under me and I hit the ground. Ow! I promptly pushed myself up and regained my balance. But it was too late. I was all alone. Gretel? It's pitch dark. Reminds me of that one time... At night, the forest was dark and eerily quiet. Felt like I'd been engulfed in shadow. Stop it! Someone help! Clutching my head, I cowered down on the spot. Alice! On impulse, I called his name. Not Cinderella, not Red Riding Hood, not Kaguya, not Gretel, not Snow White, not the wizard. But I loved the wizard most. I called the name of the very person I met, the first one to call me Arisu. Why exactly are you screaming my name? Alice! You okay? Yeah. Here, give me your hand. I reached down and he pulled me up onto my feet. Thanks. What? You can let go now. I mean it, let go. Don't worry, I won't let go. This is no time for your stupid poetic one-liners. What do you mean, don't worry? I never said I was. If you're gonna speak my language, then use it properly. Or did you actually say goat curry? Is this an episode of Fear Factor? What's wrong? This doesn't like you. Are you gonna shoot back like you usually do? Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you to buy my microphone. Stop it. Both of you being assholes right now. Your ribbons come undone. Sit there, I'll fix it for you. CG? CG. Cute. Why did you come back? Weren't you running from me? Bird, don't buy my microphone. I ran because you were chasing me. But Gretel's physical stamina is second only to Red Riding Hood, or maybe the wizard. So I concealed myself in the bushes and waited for the two of you to pass by. And then on cue, you face planted on the ground. You know, I've been thinking, you really need to up those core muscles. In this day and age, clumsy heroines are a tired trope. I recommend you change that ASAP. I guess I could have just ignored you, but then you cried out for me in your pathetic little voice, so I had no choice but to reveal myself. Oh, gotcha. Hey, Alice? What is it? Do you think I'm better off not knowing? That's the exact opposite of what you said last time. thought you wanted me to tell you everything. Yeah, well, to be honest, I kind of figured it out on my own. I know where I am and what I am. I see. Tell me, how do you know that you're Alice? Well, when we first met, you didn't give me your name. I only learned it when Cinderella mentioned you back in his world. In every world, you were Alice, and in every world, I was Arisu. Tell me, do you actually remember your past? Are you really Alice? Do you really believe that? If you're wondering why I'm asking these things, it's because I suspect that this world is a dream. And I think I'm right. Because in the real world, it would be impossible to pass through a mirror. But this is a dream, right? Possibly. Maybe it's a lucid dream and we can consciously control what happens within it. Right. In that case, what does that make me? What about all the nice people I've met thus far? One can say that... Oh, that was Alice, sorry. Okay. I was almost saying... One could say that a dream is a reproduction or recreation of our memories. In most cases, the people and places that appear in your dreams are taken wholesale from your past. We've said this 700 times. It's funny how the lines keep repeating themselves. Different time. Hi, could you stop? We don't scream like that. Stop it. I hate it when you make that noise. God, because he's just going to do it for hours. Dreams can't show you the answer to things you don't know, but they can take what you've experienced and invent a solution from there. Why don't I have any memories? Whose dream is this exactly? Alice, I'm scared. What's there to be scared of? Well, you can't chew on my microphone cord. Jesus, bird, pain in my ass. I love you.
I love you, but you gotta learn to sit still. Sit still and don't bite. It was a nasty bitey bird.
You don't know who you are. You're Narisu, obviously. Are you really gonna question me? Stop it! Chirp nice. Huh? And they say recognizing yourself in the mirror is the first stage of self-awareness. It's the first way in which a human being is able to objectively view themselves. Narisu, I'm your mirror. You are? God, I hate this fucking bird sometimes. Oh, Alice, I'm so glad you're here. Without any memories of who I am, I can't recognize myself in anything. But with you here as my mirror, I can finally find myself. Or rather, my self. You're better off smiling than frowning down at the ground anyway. There, all done. Thanks. But when I touched my ribbon, something caught my attention. Wait a minute. This ribbon is the same as yours. I looked over at him. Sure enough, he was wearing the same ribbon and smiling. Narisu, even if you forget, I never will. I love your gemstone eyes and soft fluffy hair. It's what makes you you. Instantly, the pitch-dark world erupted in light as warm as summer sunshine. Sure, maybe it was just the moonlight reflecting off his golden blonde hair. That was enough for me. Then he turned and started running. Hey, wait, Alice!
Physical birdie. Tell your bird friend to be quiet.
I'm back at the lake? I couldn't see Alice anywhere. Perhaps he'd already moved on to another world. Arisu. Gretel! I was like, we can't jump into the lake without Gretel. Okay.
Thank God. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to leave you behind in the dust. You must have been frightened.
Wait, what happened to your ribbon? I'm sorry, I have to go now.
Go? Go where?
To the next world.
Fine. Fine, you win. I'll come with you.
He let out an exasperated sigh, but I could tell he wasn't trying to be condescending. Hey, how come you're so nice to me? I may look the same as your Spacey Arisu, but that doesn't mean I'm really her. At this, he smiled sadly.
I admit you might not be the Spacey Arisu I know. But to me, you look every bit the woman I love. How could I possibly turn a blind eye to your distress?
Thank you, Gretel.
You're very welcome. And now then, allow me to take your hand, princess.
Okay. He took my hand in his. Well, here we go. Ready? Jump! And then we stay on a pitch black fucking screen forever. Time passed and I got a little older. Click. Very well. I'll write a new prescription, so be sure to take your meds. Doctor? Sorry, but I have a lot of patients to see today. Can I wait till later? Sorry, Bird, but you're smushed against my face, so when I talk, my chin hits you. I'm sorry. I can't help it. You shouldn't sit here. It's not clicking. Sure. It was around that time that the psychiatrist started to distance himself. Our lengthy counseling sessions had shrunk to a quick chat at most, and yet he always looked exhausted. A short while later, he stopped visiting me entirely. I'm Ryoshi Arisu. Starting today, I'll be your new primary physician. Then I was assigned a new doctor, the silverhead man I once met in the courtyard. Arisu? His last name reminded me of a girl I once knew, but I hadn't seen her in years now. We lost contact after I had to move. Honestly, she had probably forgotten all about me by now. Dr. Ryoshi? Why did the other doctor abandon me? Not just him either. My dad, my mom, everyone in my life. They all left. We didn't. We still love you, apparently. That's why we popped into your head. And we're chasing you down in your dream world. Is it because I'm crazy? I won't click. Jesus, my mouse is a pain in the ass. It's my fucking computer. It can't handle having, like, more than one thing plugged into the fucking USBs. It's stupid. Alistair, just because those people left you, that doesn't mean it's your fault. Relax. I won't give up on you. In contrast with his intimidating appearance, Ryoshi was actually a dutiful, hardworking guy. He treated everyone fairly and never tried to pry more than necessary. People liked this about him. He could get the most standoffish of patients to warm up to him, along with their families. And then one day he made a completely unexpected suggestion. Alistair, would you be interested in coming to live with me? Moving in? Oh, moving in? With you? My parents are both doctors, and while they specialize in other fields, they'll understand your condition. And besides, we have the money to support you. I can't be your family. I'm your primary physician, but maybe my family could do that for you. Alistair, you need a support network of people who understand you. A support network? My mother, the psychiatrist, they were all gone now. Even they couldn't truly accept me. But if I couldn't even accept myself, then who could? Aha! There he is! I finally found you, Blondie! Who are you? Whenever someone called out to me, it always put me on guard. Inevitably, I'd come to expect that it would be the work of someone I didn't know using my body behind my back. Dude, it's totally you! Man, you haven't changed a bit. It's me, remember? Wolf! The other boy was wearing a brown riding hood. He pointed squarely at me. Wolf? Yeah, did you forget me or something? We used to play together when we were little, remember? I don't remember that. Huh? Wait, do I have the wrong guy? My grandma made us match an outfit so you could be the Red Riding Hood and my big bad wolf, remember? That's so cute. No, or like more Red Riding Hood backstory, like... My face froze in fear. I didn't remember that at all. That wasn't me. Huh? Whoa! And so I ran away. After that, I decided to meet with Dr. Ryoshi's family. Come on in. Okay. And when I opened the door... Alice? Whoa. Out of nowhere, a girl with thick, fluffy hair pounced on me. I finally found you! Her pretty red and blue eyes were damp with tears. It's you. I couldn't believe it. Never in my wildest dreams did I believe I'd see her again. Do you remember me? It's me, Arisu! Spacey Arisu! Spacey Arisu.
And then it hit me. Arisu wasn't exactly a common surname. And my beloved Spacey Arisu had an older brother. It was all too obvious. Why hadn't I realized it before now?
Because you're kind of crazy and you're dealing with a lot of shit. So, I mean, like, I understand.
I'm sorry I lost contact with you for so long. I sent so many letters, but I had no idea what you were going through all this time.
She wiped her tears. She used to be so small, but now she'd grown into a beautiful young woman, even taller than me. He's like, fuck, she's taller than me.
I'm sorry. I don't remember you.
So I lied to her.
For a moment, her eyes widened in shock, and then she smiled. Oh, okay. Well, it's been 10 years now. Can't really blame you.
My heart ached. Why would I lie to her about that? Why wouldn't I admit that I've been dying to see her all this time? Because you're like, I'm crazy and she won't love me, and if I tell her I'm in love with her, she'll be like, ha ha ha, nice, you're crazy though. And it would just break your heart, so pretending you don't know me is easier.
That ribbon.
You're still wearing it.
My ribbon?
She stared at the floor, tears rolling down her cheeks. Why are you crying?
I'm sorry. I'm just so happy. It's nice to meet you, Alistair. My name is Spacey Arisu.
Bird, you cannot jam yourself under my neck while I'm trying to talk. I love you, but no, don't.
Let's be friends, okay?
I'm sorry. I love you. You're so good, but you keep jamming under there, and then I talk, and then I feel like I'm gonna give you a little birdie concussion because you keep like jiggling your brain. I love you though. From there, I was directed to the living room. She, Ryoshi, and their parents had all gathered to see me. You've really grown, you know that. I'm not sure if you remember, but we met a handful of times when you were still a boy.
Oh, sorry, I don't.
No surprise there. You were a small child, after all. Would you mind if I had a cigarette? Mr. Risu reached out to grab the pack lying on the table.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
Dad? All right, sorry. Spacey glared at him and he quickly retracted his hand. And then he laced his fingers together and let out a sigh. I don't like beating around the bush, so I'm just going to be straight with you. Alistair, can I adopt you as my son? And that's where the sister complex started.
What?
I like to think I have a decent understanding of your background, and I'm certain I can help you.
You mean...
Precisely. I hear you've been struggling for a long time now. I don't envy you that. Well, not to worry. I'll make sure you're provided for. If it's financial aid you require, my coffers are as good as yours. I looked around, searching for what to say. Spacey was smiling beside me. Ryoshi's expression was blank. I feel like that's Ryoshi's go-to expression. He's happy, it looks blank. He's sad, it looks blank. He's upset. He looks a little perplexed. That, we got an expression, but... What was I supposed to do? I couldn't remember what happened after that. I developed a sister complex. Ultimately, I ended up joining the Arisu family. Our house was first built during the Roaring 20s, the Taisho era. That's why he's Taisho Alice. But had seen renovations since. And that being said, Spacey's parents had very important jobs, so they weren't frequently too busy with work. Oh, they were frequently too busy with work to come home. As for Ryoshi, he rented out a place of his own in order to keep things professional between him and me. And so he just lived with me. They leave me along with a crazy person. I mean, like, okay, he just has split personalities. So, like, in most of his personalities, I'm sure Ryoshi's worked with them long enough coming, like, they're not dangerous. They're just there. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't have dangerous personality. Okay, well, Gretel's a little dangerous, let's be real. But Gretel doesn't exist until, like, now. So, all of his personalities are fun. He's so in love with you, he created a dangerous sister lover who wants to kidnap you and lock you in a cage. But again, you leave me alone with somebody who's got multiple personalities. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a doctor. I really shouldn't be the one dealing with this. Like, hello? Anyway. Ryoshi's like, come live with my family, but what I really mean is live with my sister and then develop a sister complex and then create that personality. Awesome. How is it, Alistair? Very good, thank you. Spacey handled all of our meals. Her dishes were all extremely elaborate and equally delicious. You mean it? I'm so glad. Say, what kind of cuisine do you like the most? Japanese, French, Italian? Let me know if you ever get a craving for something specific. Believe it or not, I can make almost anything. I can make almost anything. It doesn't mean it's going to taste good, but... She was convinced that I'd actually forgotten her. Or maybe she figured that... maybe she figured the me she met as a child wasn't really me. Kind of really wasn't. If so, then she was right. Because at the time, I was pretending to be Alice. My favorite food... I don't really have one. Oh, I see. Well, if you think of anything, let me know. Okay. Alistair! Yes? What is this? Out of nowhere, she pinched my cheeks. Just thought I'd soothe the tense nerves with a little massage. I'm not tense. You sure? You're a great guy, Alistair. Have a little confidence and keep your head up. Like this? Yeah, just like that. This is your house, too. You're allowed to kick back and relax. No, I'm just a guest here. And I put down my utensils and rose to my feet. A heavy silence followed. This always happened at the end of each conversation. We were both fumbling in the dark, trying to figure out how to approach each other. Thanks for the food. I'll be going now. I just can't handle her. But why? She used to be such a crybaby, but now she had grown up. She didn't need me anymore. We do a little bit. With help from Spacey's parents, I was enrolled in the local community college. Here's your lunch. Thank you. Her red and blue eyes gazed at me. Say, I have a favor to ask. She blushed bashfully. Can we walk to school together? Hee hee. She looked very happy to be walking next to me. Hopefully you have a fun time at college. Yeah. Say, can we walk home together too? I don't mind. Yay! How could I have possibly said no? At my college, I was assigned to a special needs class. In other words, it was a dumping ground for all the students with behavioral issues. Only my life wasn't such a mess. To be enrolled at the same college as Spacey. I was embarrassed to be here. After school, I stood at the front gates and waited for her to arrive, just as we agreed. Then after a while, I spotted her headed my way. But another guy was with her. So, Wolf, how long are you planning to follow me? Until you give me your number. I told you I'm in love with someone else. Yeah, I know that, but we can still be friends, right? Can't we? Good point. Didn't click, sorry. Woohoo! Now then, let's... Oh, Alistair! As soon as she spotted me, she started waving eagerly. Who's Alistair? And then I made eye contact with a guy in the brown hood. Aha! Oh. Wait, what? We were all startled. You see, I'd encountered this bespectacled boy in the past. Good Wolf. From there, we all went back to Spacey's house to explain the situation. What a crazy coincidence! I can't believe the guy I just met turned out to be Alistair's old friend from years ago. Yeah, and I never thought you'd be sharing a roof with the exact guy I've been looking for. It's kind of cute that Wolf is like, oh, hey, we met once, we were friends, right? And he's like, never mind. He's like, I've been searching for you, old friend. It's so cute, though. It's like, where did my friend go? You were my friend, and we should still be friends. Like, instead of being like, oh, yeah, we used to play together. Okay, cool, what up? Like, he's been searching for him. I lost him, and I was worried. So cute. So cute. I love it. Anyway. Wasn't expecting him to have multiple personality disorder either. Apparently this wolf guy had made friends with my Red Riding Hood personality. I used to have these odd dreams about playing with a boy my age. Maybe that was him. Come on, you seriously don't remember me? I'm sorry. Wow. Okay, can you, like, switch places with Red real quick?
That's a no, huh?
Wolf, DID is a disorder where detached emotions and memories take on a personality of their own. Because they all have to share the same body, they don't have the same memories. The personalities themselves can speak to each other, but...
But Alistair can't, since he's the main guy?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I think I got it. So basically, I'm meeting this version of him for the first time?
Yeah.
Then let's start over. I'm Wolf. I only just moved back to the area and I'm looking to make friends. Nice to meet ya.
This is not the voice we always gave Wolf. I don't know, but like we were doing Alice for too long, it's kind of like stuck in a weird place, but...
He shot me a toothy grin and offered his hand.
Nice to meet you, Wolf.
Timidly, I reached out. He grasped my hand firmly. I hope you're cool with nicknames, because I'm going to call you Blondie.
Blondie?
Yep. Let's have a lot of fun together, eh, Blondie? Huh? What's with the funny look?
So you believe that I have multiple personalities?
Of course.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Do you go around doubting your friends? I mean, yeah, it sounds like something out of a manga, but neither of you guys seem like the type to lie for attention. Besides, I already met one of them myself, right? And if I remember right, Red was pretty different from you, I think. Anyways, don't sweat the small stuff. I'm friends with Red, so that makes you my friend too.
You gotta love Wolf. He is a good bro.
And then Wolf joined us for dinner. Strangely enough, he was really easy to talk to. Maybe it was his lighthearted personality.
Oh, I'm sorry. His voice hurts me.
Thanks for the grub. It was amazing. I'd love to eat more sometime.
You said you live by yourself, right? Do you cook?
Well, I can make a couple of things.
Cool.
Anyway, see you tomorrow.
See ya. Take care on your way home.
Will do. And with that, he dashed off. That was the first time anyone ever called me a friend.
He seems like a really nice guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, yes, of course. In that moment, I let my guard down. One thing I promised myself I wouldn't do. Awkwardly, I averted my gaze.
Look here, Alistair. You don't have to be perfectly polite all the time. You can just be yourself.
No, I can't. I shot back coldly. Then I bowed my head in apology and went back inside the house. My life got a lot more lively after I met Wolf. I wonder why Red Riding Hood won't come out to see me.
Maybe it's because you were associated with his trauma.
Before I knew it, he and Ryoshi got to know each other, and then he started meddling in my private life. Honestly, it was a feat I knew I could never replicate myself. What? How come?
From what Cinderella told me, his mother contributed to the birth of Snow White and Red Riding Hood. I imagine she must have had some awareness that her son was developing other personalities. That's why she tried to keep him inside at all costs. Makes sense. But that limitation backfired and created another personality.
But Ryoshi doesn't realize we're creating another one.
His trauma. You know what it is? Actually, it's his own fault. Because if he had admitted, yeah, I do remember you, and was okay with it, he wouldn't have created the sister lover. Gretel wouldn't exist. Sorry, Gretel.
You mean Red Riding Hood?
Yes. Red Riding Hood snuck out of the house to play with you while his mother was at work. And from what you've told me, it sounds like some awful things happened. If I had to guess, a lot of those things overlapped, and he started blaming himself for all of it. Red Riding Hood is chained down by his guilt. He just doesn't know it. Probably doesn't want to know, I guess. And that's why he subconsciously rejects us.
Us?
He avoids me too, you know.
Why would he avoid you?
Because I met him around the same time.
What?
Originally, I thought Snow White was the first one I met, but after hearing your story, it all clicks. The first time I saw Alistair, I was saving a drowning kid from the lake.
Wait, but that means...
You guessed it. The kid was you.
You're the guy who saved my life?
You don't recognize him? My brother hasn't aged a day.
Look, I was kind of busy trying not to die, you know?
Wolf's voice hurts me.
I didn't get a good look at his face. When I asked who saved me, all they told me was that he never cracked a smile.
Sounds like me. I love Ryoshi.
Are you for real? Oh my god, this is wild!
Like, anybody else being told the story, but this is so much to handle, and Wolf is like, this is awesome! I just wish I had a little bit of... we all need a little bit of Wolf in ours. This is all... Everything is amazing! Wolf is that little kid in The Incredibles.
That was awesome! I don't know, waiting for something awesome to happen.
Little kid on the tricycle. Oh my god.
I can't believe it. You're the guy who saved me.
Is it cool if I punch this kid?
Please don't.
Well, while everyone else was having a great time, I sat there conflicted. Yeah, because we're having a great time kind of talking about how you have multiple personalities. It's a little weird, you know? And that night I approached Spacey as she was doing the dishes. Hey, huh? I can do that for you. Oh, you don't have to. You could help, though. I'll wash the dishes and you can dry them. Sound good, Alice? No, I can do all of it. I keep giving him the Alice voice. He's got to have the Alistair voice. They're different people. The person in his head is Alice, but the person out here is Alistair. She stared at me until I caved. There was something truly magical about her eyes. Listen, Alistair... Spacey spoke up suddenly as we were putting everything away. This is just my interpretation, but I think your mother wanted to understand you. At this I realized. She had seen right through me. She noticed that the earlier conversation upset me since it had felt like they were insulting my mother. Yeah, I think so too. Yep, here we go. Perfect place to stop it. These are turning out like they're getting into perfect places. And all right, so anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here instead of going. I know we got technically a few more minutes, but it's okay. We take our time. Because, you know, every once in a while we'll be like, oh, it's been an hour and a half because I wasn't paying attention. But, good birdie. You know what? You could try a little bit harder because that wasn't exactly over the edge of the couch. That was on my couch. Yeah, you know, you looking at me, you're like, oh no, I did wrong. You did. You're not supposed to poop on my couch. You tried, but you gotta try harder. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.